Hello everybody, welcome back to another StarCraft replay. It's Strawberry here and I've got a really exciting game for you, so I'm told. And down here in the bottom right we have the blue Protoss, Barcode, dash 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 dash. And up in the top left we have my good friend and Protoss player, PlokoPloko up in the top left. This guy's in high rank Masters, going up to GM, and is really showing some promise on the amateur tournament scene. And he sent me this replay because he said it was a really interesting game, so I'm going to cast it for you and we're going to see how it goes. So PvP, I don't know a lot about PvP. I play Zerg and Terran mainly, but I do know that PvP is quite a dynamic matchup. There's quite a lot of things going on, and right off the bat we got a forge from both players. Both players looking for a cannon rush early on, so that's definitely going to be an interesting start to any game. So there's probes pass in the middle, and they both see that they're kind of early probes, so they should both get a read. This is the cannons, and obviously they've both just scouted it anyway. So what is the response? Do you give up on your own cannon rush and just go defensive? The gas comes down immediately from the barcode. Ooh, Ploko loses probe, which is really big, so that's going to make it an obvious choice for Ploko. He has to give up on the cannon rush offensively. Pylon started in the back of the base here, but there's three probes on it already, and that's cancelled. Yeah, and when we saw the gas come down, that's a clear indication that he's looking to transition. So both going for cannon rushes, and neither working. So what happens from here? A little bit of probe harass. Ploko's created a full wall and puts down the cybercore. And not a full wall from the barcode, but also no cybercore in place yet. His gateway is a little bit later, so Ploko's definitely got the advantage there. In fact, quite a significant difference really between that. And here we go, some more shenanigans, just shenanigans onto shenanigans. If your first shenanigans don't work, shenanigan again, shenanigan again. So yeah, what's he going to build? Stargate? Stargate seems plausible, right? That gives you the closer rush distance, gets you into there a little bit quicker. No, Robo. Proxy Robo. So Immortals, Warp Prisms, that kind of thing. Interesting. We've got a pylon down here. Is he going to set up like a little cannon here to get him a little, like a soft contain? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, dokie. We've got a very spicy game underway here. And yeah, this is kind of the nature of PvP right now. It's just spice on spice. DTs, cannon rushes, immortal rushes, Stargates, immortals, proxy, everything and anything. Stalker timings, depths. You know, there's so many options. Archons, 1 base, 2 base. You know, it's a really volatile matchup right here in this day and age. So we got Stargate into Robo Opener. Obviously, Immortals don't shoot up, but similarly Oracles don't do a great deal of damage to Immortals, so there's going to be a certain advantages for either player in different ways, but it's really going to come down to, I think, how effective this Oracle is. If this Oracle can get in and get substantial kills, then and it's a Phoenix. You know, I told you guys I don't play Protoss. I haven't played PvP in many moons, and I'm not massively au fait with the meta game right now. But we're going for Phoenix, we're going for a +1 ranged attack as well, if I actually open my eyes. Did he even get warp gates? I think he didn't even get warp gates. Just skipped straight over warp gates, straight to the +1 attack for air. And we're going to be seeing mass Phoenix, I presume, from here, which is going to work pretty well against a warp prism based play with an immortal. You think the warp prism is going to get shut down, there's going to be no chance for him to really get inside, and you can always lift up the immortal, and we see Ploko's only making 1 immortal, 1 warp prism, so just 1 Phoenix is realistically going to be crippling, but in fact he's going to have 3, which is going to be really tough to deal with. And as Ploko gets this, slowly works away this pylon, so he can move down his ramp, the Phoenixes spot what's happening, warps in 3 stalkers in order to defend, and rather than just picking up the immortal and the warp prism, he's just going to walk it all over, keeping it nice and safe. Protecting the warp prism and the immortal. Warps in 3 more stalkers. And do you just attack here if you're Ploko? He's going to try and elevate her. I wonder if it would be better to just attack straight in the front door there. But he's going to elevator, and this won't be spotted. So sure, this will be fine. Warp in 3 more. Nice. Where's that cooldown? There it is. And there's no warp gates for the blue guy here. We've just got a kind of rotty mech, a Protoss mech, Phoenix, and Immortals. And that warp... Oh, how can this robot survive? It surely can't. Robot down. Here comes the Phoenix. Pulls a few probes just to flesh this out. Probes are really good against Stalkers. They're really slow fire rate. Pushes forward to try and deal with the Immortal. Yep, snipes the Immortal. But looks like with the probes and the Phoenix, he might be able to take this out. But how many probes is he losing right now? Let's have a look. 11 gone down already. 13. But of course, this is 2 base. This is 1 base. So, can you really play on as Ploko from here, or is this the end? A spicy game. The double cannon rush into Phoenix versus Immortal proxy. You know, there's nothing like there's no such thing as a boring game when it comes to PvP, I think, in this day and age. Oh, look at that, actually like picks up little rocks. You see that? See these little rock animations beneath? I never noticed that before. Huh. So what's Ploko's game plan here? Another warp prism, okay. And so what's the plan? Mass Stalkers into the base. It's a shame he doesn't have a Twilight Council at the back of this to just get Blink, but probably too expensive for him. So he's just going to go for a warp prism and lots of Stalkers, I guess. But I guess my question is that warp prism going to live? Because if that warp prism gets sniped, then that's going to be pretty much the end of the rush. And but yeah, it's all he's got. All he's got is Phoenix and a single Stalker. Good micro, pulling one to the back there. You know, I'm really watching this just as close as you guys. I feel like I'm a real passenger on this one. It's a pretty crackpot game in a crackpot matchup, and who knows what's going to happen. So another elevator play. Oh, but it's going to get caught. And look, there's just no way for the warp prism to survive. Right, you got half your units there now. You do wonder if it would be better to just attack at the front, but I suppose there's batteries and everything. Phoenix have so much health. So much health on the Phoenix. And now can you really break this? Twilight Council's going down, but still no second base. Staying in the game though, still potential. Potential for Ploko. Excuse me. Yeah, but I mean, every second this goes on, the probe count, the economy is just massive disparity. Well, it's only 5 workers that it makes all the difference, and every second it becomes more and more. So we got the 3rd warp prism of the game being built. Really hasn't been that effective versus the Phoenix. I'm not really sure what else he could do, but okay, and just basically impenetrable cannon wall. And I guess the warp prism is the only way to actually legitimately do anything, but these Phoenix are going to shut this down forever. And you know, the Barcode knows that this is there's no expansion here because of this forge, so all he needs to do is defend with cannons, prevent any warp prism drop here, and he will slowly win with the economic advantage. I mean, how many Phoenix are there here? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Phoenix, and you know, 9, 10 Stalkers, 11 Stalkers. Ah! Yeah, this chat is just really not working. Really not working, but you know, spicy builds, spicy game. Building an observer now with the blink. Yeah, that's good. You know, that's probably what should have been happening from the beginning. If we just don't build the extra warp prisms, go straight to the blink, straight to an observer. That's probably the best way to do it. Observe, jump in, or even you can just get a sentry and hallucinate. But yeah, I think falling back to the warp prisms just wasn't realistic when there's so many Phoenix out. But this looks like a much better option. But at this point, there's 2 Immortals out, 3rd one on the way. It just seems a little bit too late. I think if Ploko had gone, instead of committing more to the warp prism play, just committed faster to the council and the blink, then This could have worked out much better for him. And I mean, just waiting for that blink to finish. Yeah, I mean, we're going to see how powerful this is going to be, the blink. And if this had happened before the Immortals came out, I'm sure this could have worked for him. But these 3 Immortals, you've got to think they're going to make this pretty difficult. But some great micro here, blinking to the back. I think he just needs to shave off as much value as he can here. The Immortals can't decide what they're doing. Huge amounts of Phoenixes going down. Big chunk blink there. Would have liked to seen perhaps just individual blink back for max value. Maybe take out an extra Phoenix, some extra 3 or 4 workers. But otherwise, great move. Yeah, I mean, if we'd committed to the blink and the Observer a little bit quicker, and hit this before the Immortals, yeah, I think we can easily, you know, Ploko could have easily won the game off the back of this. I mean, look at the supply. Look at the worker count. You know, Ploko's been stuck on one base for a long time, and yet still really making a strong effort. And here the Immortals are moving out to actually go and try and deal with the proxy position, and they're just going to sacrifice their main base. Very interesting decision. Really interesting decision. Depowers everything in the main. Forced him to transfer all his workers. Oh, excuse me. And yeah, I don't know how to call this. This counts as this now, but we're not really producing out of that anyway, so who cares, right? Comes in here, kills a bunch of stuff here, but this Immortal popping out is going to be basically unkillable with 5 shield batteries here, right? Oh, what do I know? Good target fire. Can do a lot of things. Yeah, I mean, if you can hold here, there's just no mining, right? There's just absolutely no mining. Supply block currently for Ploko. And now it's just all going to come down to how he deals with these 3 Immortals. If these 4 Immortals can be removed in a sensible way, and there may be a way forward in this game for Ploko. But it's all going to come down to that. And does not feel confident that it's possible. And now we're going up to 5 Immortals. It looks increasingly more difficult for Ploko to get this back. He's currently heading workers. You almost wonder if he could actually go home at this point, clear out his natural position, and just expand and keep going. Templar Archives coming down in the back. Archon's really good in the matchup, really good against the Immortals. The Immortals don't get any bonuses against them. This blink could really cost him if he doesn't recognise. Yeah, but he recognises it. Oh, but look at that damage. 5 Immortals just one-shotting Stalkers. No possibility to blink. So what happens now? He gets charged. Archon. This is still all on one base. Quite fantastic. How you can keep going this long on one base. Builds 3 cannons in the main. You know, Barcode is really feeling the pressure. And he's going to start long distance mining for value. Yeah, and Archon's coming in. And the issue is he still doesn't have a base. He's managed to force a lot of turtle stuff. But if he doesn't build a base, then Ploko has to attack. And if you have to attack, then you have to attack into a huge amount of cannons and batteries. And that just makes it really bad for you. But let's see what these 5 Immortals can get done. They're moving out across the map. There is one Archon. The expansion does go down. And Ploko sees it. Ploko sees the attack coming across. Warping in another Archon. Yeah. And just warping in as many Zealots from here on out would be just fantastic. Oh, so that's 1 Immortal down. 2nd Immortal down. Oh, the blink forward. Pretty unnecessary, but he's going to kill all these Immortals. And where does it go from here? This has got to be one of the craziest games I've ever seen. Absolutely crazy. So he's reset the Immortal count. Excuse me. We've just got 1 Immortal. Going up to 2. Ploko's got his 2nd base coming in. He's got a +1 on the way. He's got Archons in charge, which is superior tech. But he can't really get anything done with this blink, right? Another robo coming down for the blue Protoss. Sure, takes out a couple of cannons, doesn't really lose a Stalker. It's all free. What's the worker situation? So it's 33 to 24. There is an economic advantage. However, basically mined out in the main. Not so mined out here. So, I mean, Ploko is fully saturated at both of his bases, quote unquote, at his basically one base. So, the economy situation, you know, perhaps slightly favours the blue Protoss, but it's fairly even actually in real terms. Yeah, because we've got oversaturation here, maybe? No, okay. So there is a slight mineral and gas difference. Huh, interesting. Because Ploko stayed on one base for longer, he mined out quicker. Yeah, very interesting. Makes me wonder if actually the correct response here is to take a third. Because actually this is not really operational as a second base. It's actually just like a new one base, new main base. And whilst you've got him pinned and whilst you've got him afraid, then you could probably squeeze out another base and then you can work that as your economic advantage. But here we go, 4 Immortals coming out, and Ploko's not watching. Oh, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ah. 8 Stalkers go down for free, and you just got to feel like that was crushing. That's you know, 800 plus minerals. Yeah, and Ploko puts out another expansion. You know, if you just had 8 more Stalkers here, and had a real, you know, damn. You know, this is my good friend here, Ploko. I feel really sorry for him. If he had 8 more Stalkers just to be able to blink around, just to be able to kite the army, just for vision, just for all kinds of things, then that would just be really useful for him to be able to hold any kind of attack and to get this third base up nice and safe. But as it is, he's going to face an attack here from the blue Protoss. He's got 6 Immortals, 2 Archons now. And I don't know if he's going to have enough. I don't know if he's going to have enough. He's got a Stellar Archon, which is definitely a good composition against what we're seeing here. Two Colossus on the way. Wow. Now this could be really the deciding factor, because Colossus is much better against Zealots than Immortals. So the fact that he's going to have 2 Colossus mixed in is going to really change the maths. As Tasteless likes to say. And third base comes down for the blue player. And here we can see that slight economic advantage actually starting to matter. And obviously the loss of 8 Stalkers for free, but you know, worker count ahead, army supply ahead, general supply ahead. The blue player does look like in a slightly more advanced position, and he does have more sophisticated tech. Although there is a +2 coming in from Ploko, and this space has started to kick in. So you can see that the mineral and gas amounts are very similar. But is Ploko aware of the Colossus? Is there any? Where's the bay? Back here. Yeah. No. So a little bit of scouting might have been good. A single sentry perhaps for a hallucination, just to fly through and see what's going on. Or you know, if he had those Stalkers, if he still had that group of Stalkers here, he could just be like poking in and just seeing what's going on, and he would see the Colossus naturally. And 2 Disruptors as well on the way. So it's just like a Protoss mech situation here with Immortals, Colossus, Disruptors, Archons, and then just a few Zealots just to make it seem legitimate. But so Ploko's moving out here. Ploko's looking for the attack, and it's not really clear that he has priority, that this is actually viable. But he's going for it anyway. But based on fairly limited information. And the 2 armies are passing here, like ships in the night, but this could end really badly for Ploko. He could be surrounded here, he could be trapped in this corner. But he's moving well. He's noticed that he could get trapped and he's pulling back. Doesn't lose anything. Sees the Colossus. Warps in from behind, he's hoping for a good flank here. And this is going to be it. The Disruptor shots are going to be really important. Disruptor shots aren't that good. Really not that great, those Disruptor shots. And the Zealot's coming in. Oh, it's so close. It's so close, but there's quite a lot of Immortals left over. Really needs one more whopping of Zealots here for Ploko just to be able to push this over the edge, but the disruptor charges will be coming back, and the Colossus is still pretty efficient against these low numbers of zealots. So the fight is stopped. I mean, that was really close. Really close. To, if Ploko had 4 or 5 more zealots there, he probably crushes through that and then takes the game. But as is, Ploko's kind of whooping in zealots, whilst Barcode here is making Colossus, Archons, Disruptors really value stuff. So I feel like Ploko's army is kind of is over time becoming less valuable, whereas the blue is increasing in value. I'd like to see Ploko just go home here, take down another. Let's take another base, take more gas perhaps, get a bit more tech. That trade was pretty good. You reset the tech of the opponent. And here we go again. Fewer Archons this time. Ooh, bleeding off some zealots at the start. Not a great engage. It just does not look like it should work. And you've already taken damage. I'm not really sure what the incentive is to attack in here. Disruptor shots, much better this time. Or get a huge amount of zealots there. They were mainly detonating on Archons last time, but they killed a lot of zealots that time. And now Ploko's going to have to pull back. And yeah, I mean, my question really is, why attack there? What gives you the right to attack there? What's your priority? There was no need. I think Ploko could easily gone home, expanded, changed his tech up a bit, got another upgrade, instead of just barreling in again with that attack, which ultimately put him behind. Because look, I mean, his workers are ahead. He's winning. He was winning economically. I mean, still is winning economically. So there's just really no need to take this fight, especially when you're sort of behind in tech. He's got 2 Colossus, he's got disruptors. So yeah, I think Ploko should have just gone back, got his own disruptors, taken a 4th base, and then he would be in a much better spot. This attack would come in, and Ploko would have a reasonable army to defend. And yeah, I'd have every hope, but just really smashing in with the Zealot Archon there, and I think this could be the end. I mean, this is a smaller army than there was attacking down the other side of the field, and that army got crushed. So what's going to stop this army getting crushed? I don't think there's a lot that Ploko can do here. Looks like he's just giving up the base. I think he recognises that, and he's just going to let this position go, or is he? Perhaps if you let this position go, you're as good as dead anyway. So he's going for it. The disruptor shots! Disruptor on disruptor. There's a lot of zealots here, but there's more Archons. There's 4 or 5 Archons there for the blue player, and that's just really making a difference. Look at the big warping on top of the army, really trying to get it in deep, but look at the splash damage from the Archons, just absolutely melting the zealots, and it's really close in the end. But that's surely the end. Oh my god, what a game this PlokoPloko. And I agree. Unbelievable. From the double failed cannon rush into the Blink Stalkers and the Phoenix and the Immortals, into the Colossus Disruptor, into the 3 bases. Ploko was operating on 1 base for like 15 minutes. Yeah, what a dramatic game. What a lot of twists and turns. I mean, to play that from one of the players' perspectives must have been so intense. You can just imagine to go through all those phases and all those bizarre scenarios, and still try and keep your head in the game, still trying to understand how to win. Really tough, but great game, really exciting. For those guys who love PvP, this one has hopefully been really interesting, and thanks for sending this in, Ploko, and I'm happy to take any requests. If anybody has a great replay that they'd like me to cast, then please send it in, and if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. See you next time.